You know what's so funny about these Giants fans that are complaining about Dave Gettlemen is that the New York Giants had Jerry Reese just 2 years ago. When the New York Giants signed Brandon Marshall, who pretty much could have retired on the spot. When the New York Giants selected Evan Ingram, Eric Flowers, there were no outrage. Before 2017, this fan base expected a Super Bowl championship. I'm not going to lie, I expected a division championship. I expected great things in 2017 because the Giants made the playoffs the year before. I expected the defense to continue to progress. But I was failing to look at what really mattered. And what really mattered was the interior of this team. What really mattered was not the skill position players, but actually the players in the trenches. Dave Gettlemen had a great and brilliant draft. The New York Giants fans, they're the ones that are acting like Cleveland Browns fans. The New York Giants themselves are going on and they're trucking forward. I'm proud of Dave Gettlemen. I support Dave Gettlemen. And if Dave Gettlemen ever were to win a Super Bowl championship, he should immediately have a statue outside of Giants Stadium. Because Dave Gettlemen thinks for himself, and he is the true definition of bravery. The true definition of bravery is going against the majority, going against the public, dealing with great scrutiny, and still trucking ahead and trusting your instincts. That's what Dave Gettlemen is all about. It's easy to be a person, to sit behind a radio stand, to sit behind a microphone and throw stones at the guy directing the show. But Dave Gettlemen is the man. Dave Gettlemen is the guy that is taking our franchise. He's making the tough decisions. He's everything that the Maras have hoped for when they signed him. He traded Odell Beckham away, and you saw on Twitter the reaction that Odell Beckham had to the New York Giants. He hated being a Giant. He wanted to be in LA. He wanted out, and Dave Gettlemen granted that wish. Odell was never going to win anything here, but instead fans believed that Odell Beckham was going to be the Giant that was going to lead them to the promised land. He wasn't. Dwayne Haskins decided to charge $50 to attend a draft day party. I doubt that Daniel Jones would have that same judgment. If I ever had a draft day party, having $50 for a draft day party, Dwayne Haskins laughing on the phone, saying the league messed up, do you think Daniel Jones would do that? Do you think Eli would do that? The personalities don't match for the New York Giants. Eli Manning, Cutcliffe, and Daniel Jones, that is what's successful. Eli Manning is successful. He's won 2 world championships. He's granted 2 Super Bowls, and he's given Giants fans more happiness than other fans have experienced in 70 years of living. My father's been on this earth for 60 years. Eli Manning has twice the Super Bowls that my father has lived for in 60 years of living. Eli Manning is a god. Eli Manning is what Giants football is all about. Daniel Jones is going to learn. He's going to prepare. He's going to get even better. Pat Shurmur is going to coach him. I love Pat Shurmur. I love Dave Gettlemen. This draft was absolutely spectacular. Daniel Jones is going to progress. He's going to get better because each and every day he will outwork anyone. His college tape wasn't great. I didn't even like his college tape. But to listen to Dan Orlovsky and Max Kellerman tell me that this guy's a backup quarterback in the league, Dave Gettleman's forgotten more football than these people will ever know. The New York Giants are headed for success. The fans that want to panic and act like this is the death of the franchise, no, this is a rebirth. This is a rebirth. Right after Easter, this is the rebirth of the New York Football Giants. Dave Gettlemen is the Lord and Savior of this franchise. Daniel Jones is the chosen son with Eli Manning. DeAndre Baker will be the best cornerback in the NFL. X-Man will be the next Osi Umenyiora. Dexter Lawrence will clog up the middle. Think about what teams want to run against now. You have Dalvin, Dexter, and BJ. You really want to run against Dalvin, Dexter, and BJ? I don't think so. And everybody criticizes Dave Gettlemen, and they say, hey, Dave, you're archaic. You don't know the modern NFL. The modern NFL, like football, has magically changed into the sport that Dave Gettlemen hasn't seen. And you know what Dave Gettlemen granted those people that criticized Dave Gettleman's decision about the modern NFL? He got the Giants cornerbacks to guard against a passing league. He got Julian Love when Julian Love was a second-round value. He got another guy out of a small school named Constantine or Ballantyne. His name is Ballantyne. He will be a great corner. The Giants now have Janoris, who is going to train the puppies, as Dave Gettlemen says. Julian Love, DeAndre Baker to play on the outside. And now they have Ballantyne. The New York Giants secondary will be stacked. Antoine Bethea as a veteran, Jabril Peppers. This is a no-fly zone. I watched Cam Newton drive and beat the Giants. I watched Matt Ryan slice us up. I watched Jameis Winston throw for 450 yards on this sorry-ass defense. I saw Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz tear us apart from the interior, just taking limbs out of our body in the second half. I watched Nick Mullins have success. I watched this running game of Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara shoveled dirt on the graves of the Giants' 2018 defense. But yet, this draft for Dave Gettlemen, him selecting a quarterback, was the end game. The same fans that complained about Sam Darnold are the same fans that complain about Josh Allen. They are hypocritical and they contradict itself at its core. Last year, the mainstream media and people insulted Dave Gettlemen for not taking Sam Darnold, for not taking Josh Allen, or not taking Lamar Jackson. They insulted Dave Gettlemen for taking a running back over a quarterback. And then those same media members insult Dave Gettlemen for taking a quarterback over a defensive lineman in Josh Allen. They're hypocritical at its core. Their arguments don't make any sense. The New York Giants and the mainstream media thought the Giants were on the precipice of greatness in 2017. Instead, the Giants went 3-13 and were the Cleveland Browns. And now we're doing everything opposite of 2017. We are building a power. And Dave Gettlemen will have a statue outside of Giants Stadium. This team is a playoff team this year. The Giants will go 11-5 this year, mark my words, and we will be in the tournament, in the playoffs, and headed towards special greatness. And the fans and the people that insult this pick will crawl underneath rocks and will talk about something else. They will not be held accountable. They will not be held accountable for their words against the New York Football Giants. The New York Giants fan base, they're negative, pessimistic. They have a losing attitude. They treat Daniel Jones like complete dog crap. These fans have no accountability for their actions, and they will be the first ones celebrating Daniel when he is successful. They will be the first ones to admit they are wrong, but their words, their actions will not be held accountable. They will not be held accountable for their actions. I want somebody to go right now and take all of the words that are being written about the New York Giants. Being a New York Giants fan, this is exactly my calling as a person. Because I grew up in Philadelphia. I was the only Giants fan in my high school, in my middle school, in my elementary school. It was me facing an army of Eagles fans, just like Jon Snow facing the army of Ramsay's army. I was the one looking in against everybody, and everybody was coming against me. Everybody was coming at me my whole life. And Dave Gettlemen, he's the exact same person. He knows the formula, and right now it's Dave Gettlemen against the entire world, and I couldn't be more proud to be a Giants fan, because that's what being a Giants fan is all about. Being a Giants fan is not easy. The Giants have had their stretches of failures over the years, but in 1986, the Giants changed their culture around, and the Giants built brick by brick. They are a blue-collar organization. They are blue-collar at its core. They are North Jersey. They are the Swamps. They are Bill Parcells. That's what they are, is blue-collar. And that's what this football team is becoming. We used to be a soft football team when we had the Odell Beckhams, the Justin Pugh, the Eric Flowers of the world, the Evan Ingram pick. The Evan Ingram pick is the definition of soft. The Eli Apple pick is the definition of soft. That's the definition of white collar. Blue collar is Dexter Lawrence, DeAndre Baker, the X-Man. That is the definition of blue collar. I will continue this. Dave Gettlemen is our savior.